Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. This is a foreigner Filipina channel designed to help men know how to dwell with a foreigner. I've got videos on how to go through the internet dating process and basically just about love, marriage with a foreigner and a Filipina. Now, this is about hidden talents of your Filipina. Surely she's going to bring some pluses into the relationship because she's different than you are and will have different skills. Before we got married, I never did really ask my wife about things she did well. It's a good question when you're dating somebody. I just doubt I ever got around to it, what she did well, what her talents were, what her skills were, what she's good at doing. Since I had never wanted to buy a house, I'd always thought to myself, if I did have a house, I'd almost certainly need somebody that was handy and good with fixing things, because I certainly am not made that way. Somebody who would be good around the house. Well, thankfully, my Filipina wife is somebody that can do that. For example, some of the things I've learned she's good at is electronics. And she set up my computer. Over the years, the several computers I've had, I've always paid somebody to come in and put it all together, install everything that needs to be installed, the printer, everything, because that stuff just makes me lose my temper, because nothing ever comes easy with that. So if I'm going to have a computer, I need somebody to set that up for me. And oh, my hair doesn't look weird here. But she's good at that, you know, whether it's a desktop or a laptop, tablets. She's bought different, used tablets and laptops and installed stuff and to give to her family for gifts. Either we bring them over or in a bulk buy-in box. So she's really adept at that. Even for Christmas, she bought my mom and my aunt a laptop. And what do you call those smaller things? Tablets. And got that set up for both of them and tried teaching them. My aunt's about 75, my mom's 85. So I'm sure that tested her patience, but she tried to help them with that. She's just naturally good at it. She bought an Echo Dot, a couple of them, and got those working in short order, something I'm sure I couldn't do. The garage door opener wasn't working, so she fixed that. And then the car that she bought has a device where you just press a button there on the visor, and I think it is not the visor, maybe it's on the steering wheel, but it's somewhere in there. You just press the button and it will release, open, lower your garage door, so you don't have to look for that thing and press the button and all that. But it takes a certain amount of setup to do that, and she did that, and that works great. Now I get to keep the remote. And a guy at work has had a car for about a year that can do that, but he said he's never been able to figure it out. So he wanted to know if my wife could come over and install that for him. He's a married man, and he was the one that suggested I marry someone from another country. So there wouldn't be any monkey business going on with that. She's good with cable TV set up and getting it back to work when it stops working, because that usually involves involves phone calls to cable, which is always kind of frustrating. But my wife's pretty good with that. We had some problem with the handle in the shower down here in the basement bathroom. My wife got out her little tools and we had to go buy a certain part, but she got that put together. She put together a stand in our bathroom to help with space. She did a great job with that. She even, when we bought our lawnmower, took it out, put it all together, and she even cuts the grass now and then. She likes to do that. She even bought an edger, a lawn edger, and put that together. Knows how to put that stuff inside, that goes around and around, and that has to be replaced once in a while, and she figured out how to put that back in there so it can do the trimming. Overall, my wife is a really good organizer, and I appreciate that very, very much. It's nice to come home to a clean, organized house where there's a place for everything. It has its place, and that's where it is. It makes it easier to find things. She's a good house designer. I like the way she changes up the place now and then and makes it look more attractive. My wife is good at travel as far as all that airport stuff is concerned. I went to the Philippines the first time myself. I had never flown internationally, and it was a surreal experience. I almost missed my flight to Manila. I didn't know really what to do. I'd never done it before. Even though I had information, it was just hard for me to put that information together and go through all the places, and it's just a big hassle. My wife hadn't flown before either, but she does a great job with that. And if there was one time a Filipina had some trouble with the desk and her tickets, and my wife took her and helped her go to whatever stands she needed to make sure things got resolved. She's really good at that. My wife also drives well, and I'm very proud of her, of all of these things. And who knows, there may be some more hidden talents that she has that she's brought to this marriage. I certainly have benefited from my love beyond the sea.